If you like what you hear in this podcast and want to help us keep the lights on, then you could support us on Ko-fi for as little as a £1 one-off donation. The links are in the episode description. Thanks for your support. This is Skipped, the podcast where we tell you, in our opinion, which albums are truly unskippable and which ones belong in the skip. I'm Mike.
I'm Rob.
And this week we are taking a look at Fleetwood Mac's Rumours. Yes, an album you've all heard of for a change. Who sent this one in? Because I don't remember who sent this one in.
So this one was sent in by one of the women I used to work with called Jenny.
Oh, thank you, Jenny.
Yes, she sent this in and said, "Nothing to be said. Incredible album."
Oh, there you go.
Nice, simple, to the point.
Again.
Will we agree? That's the question.
All right, Harry Hill. Right.
Right.
See, I like Fleetwood Mac.
But I also like going to bed. Which one's gonna win?
It is 10 o'clock at night as we record this.
I'm sorry to all the users that may have just had their ears ruptured. I've just seen the sound wave I created. That was a bit peaky.
Cheers, Bab. Right. Okay. This album came out in 1977. It makes it by far the oldest album we have ever reviewed, and yet somehow it is Fleetwood Mac's 11th goddamn album. I don't know how you have such a storied career. Maybe music was easy to produce in the 60s. I'm guessing not, though. And yet somehow I think that this is the album that people think of when you say Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah.
I think this is a pivotal album within music, kind of because of the... I guess reinvention is kind of a theme throughout this whole thing. I am just kind of diving straight into the analysis. I'm very sorry.
Good.
We'll come on to the actual facts figures in a minute. But this is an icon. I think even more so than the albums. I mean, we started out with Panic, which was an emo icon. We moved on to Florence, which was like an indie icon. We've done Kendrick, which is very much a rap icon. And I think in terms of recognizability, this is like well above that. This isn't just classic rock. This isn't just pop rock. I think like across the umbrella of music, I think you say Rumours, you immediately see Mick Fleetwood and Stevie Nicks on that cover. It is this cornerstone image within music, really. It's so recognisable. So you will be unsurprised to hear, yeah, my first time hearing this.
This is my first time listening to this album in its entirety.
Oh, interesting. Okay, fair enough.
I wasn't brought up in a Fleetwood Mac household. I was brought up in a garage household. So I was very much listening to very early DJ music and so this was not really something I listened to until I got with my partner and sat around a dinner table listening to like 70s and 80s classics. So I've heard parts of it previously, but never the full album.
Okay. I mean, I don't think I was brought up in specifically a Fleetwood Mac household, but you've met my mum. Mad on Bon Jovi, mad on Whitesnake, Sabbath, that kind of stuff. The things that were kind of within that sphere were very much a part of the musical makeup of my house. So I would have definitely have heard bits of this. And I think what's interesting, and this is very much a point I can make, is going, I didn't realise that was Fleetwood Mac. But the first time you kind of see these tracks in a list, I don't know, Dreams was Fleetwood Mac until about 10 years ago, which is embarrassing, but that's the way it is. And because it has the kind of that storied history and obviously so recognisable, that when it pops up, it's quite a nice surprise. So The Chain was in Guardians too and put to really good effect, and that was really neat. And I mean, it was also on Formula One, but I wasn't a Formula One kid at all. But it's good to come at it from this perspective, because that's not something I'd really broached before. I didn't come to and analyse it as a piece of art. It was very much just music that was always there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I completely agree with you. And looking at the track listing, I did not realise how many recognisable songs were on this album. Songs that I knew, and same as you, there were some songs that I didn't realise were Fleetwood Mac. Like Is it Don't Stop Thinking
Yeah.
About Tomorrow?
Let me guess. Like me, you also first heard that being sung in The Simpsons.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
We're children of the 90s.
But something interesting about this, it is the second album that had the lineup featuring Lindsey Buckingham and Stevie Nicks.
Yeah.
And the album Fleetwood Mac by Fleetwood Mac got critical acclaim, a few number one singles, which was, I think, some of the first number ones for Fleetwood Mac.
Mm-hmm.
And then this just followed on and just superseded.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't just it wasn't just a Succession album. It was a huge Succession album.
Yep.
To the point it got a 99 out of 100 on Metacritic.
God damn. I mean, that wasn't really that's the thing now. But like back then, you think an artist on their 11th album, after what would be described as a huge reinvention for their self-titled 10th album, which is also referred to as the White Album by the fans, this is totally unexpected. You know, they were Fleetwood Mac before this were very much a Britain-centric kind of like bog standard rock band, and I hope that's not really putting much people's thoughts, you know, into thinking that I don't understand them. But like the Buckingham and Nicks reinvention is the version of this band that people think about in much the same way that people say think of Rumours, and you see that picture. People say think of Fleetwood Mac, and you immediately go Mick Fleetwood, John McVie, Christine McVie, Stevie Nicks, Lindsey Buckingham. That's the band. That's what people recognise.
Exactly.
And I mean, all of this to kind of gild the point. This is very much a cornerstone of this genre. This is a weirdly, really important, like equally as important as To Pimp a Butterfly from last week. This is this big, gargantuan thing that we have to tackle today.
To the point where it's being considered as one of the greatest albums of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Not just a decade, not just like a century, of all time.
Yup.
People classify this as essential listening, which is staggering considering the amount of music that is currently available to listen to around the world.
And it's still in the list of top 10 best-selling albums of all time. It's like it's weirdly on like a, I think on the 4 times platinum list alongside like Thriller and stuff like that. It is one of the widest reaching releases ever,
with all 4 singles hitting the top 10. With Dreams reaching number 1.
Of course it did. Crazy big. We've not dealt with anything this big before.
Nope.
And like you say, I already know it. Like, I already know most of the songs. The singles are, you'll have heard it everywhere, right? You know, film, TV, radio. It's huge. And the fact that this is so big, wide-reaching, ingrained within the popular culture is all the more impressive because it is a fucking miracle that this album even exists. I'm assuming you know about the story. I would love to see a film put together about the making of this album.
So is this with the whole fallout between Lindsey Buckingham and Stevie Nicks and all the like debauchery in the background?
I mean,
and
that's
jazz?
that's part of it.
I don't know the full story.
Okay.
I would love to also see a film about it. I do think there was a documentary made, but it wasn't officially created.
Oh man, I'd love to see. I'll be honest with you. I want a full dramatization of this story because it's fucking crazy, right? I'm gonna give you the cliff notes because I find it so interesting in the way that, like, when you know when you go to like Ernest Hemingway's Wikipedia and you see how many times that dude should have fucking died. Like,
Same as Ozzy.
Yeah, same as Ozzy. And like Hemingway like survived 2 plane crashes, shot himself, fought a bear and all that stuff. He shouldn't have been alive as long as he was. This album's like, yeah, so it turns out that like even though they've been going for fucking 10 years, the manager tried to rip the rights for their own name away from them, made a separate band called the Real Fleetwood Mac, put them on tour. And then like 5 gigs into their fucking tour, people got word that it wasn't Fleetwood Mac and started like protesting their goddamn things. They won the legal battle to get their name back, but then faced a point where basically the entire fucking band left, including one of the original founders. At the same time, one of those people that left that band had an affair with Mick Fleetwood's wife. So, strike one on the bad relationship front. During the making of the White Album, which is the one before this one, the tour was so long, because that was also a very successful album, so long and so hard bearing on Christine and John McVie's marriage, that after 8 years, they fucking divorced as this album was starting to record. Then you've got Lindsey Buckingham and Stevie Nicks, who were very much they never married, but they were very much a married couple in terms of the emotional sense, going through a devastating and painful breakup, again, as they were recording this, mixed in with the studio that they were recording in wasn't that great. They were arriving at the studio at like 7 with the intention to start recording, but actually pulling an all-night rager till about 2-3 in the morning with drugs and cocaine. Did you know that there's drugs and cocaine?
Wow.
And drinking and all this stuff. And then like maybe in the early hours going, okay, fuck it, we'll finally record. All of that, it's like, this should not exist. The other complication is that when they were recording this, they were also like living well apart from each other. Christine and Stevie were living in a condo away from the fucking lads, and would purposefully say, none of you can come and see us outside of this. And yet somehow they all found the energy to collaboratively bring songwriting credits to loads of different songs. Like, you go through and one's a Lindsay song, one's a Stevie song, one's a Christine song, one's a Mick song. And then The Chain, which is the only Fleetwood Mac song to feature songwriting credits from every single member of the band at the time. It is the only time it happened. It didn't happen on Tusk. It didn't happen on Tango in the Night. It only happened on this one. What kind of break must you have in your head to be going through, the challenge, the struggles of reinventing a band that you just nearly fucking lost, to going through emotional turmoil and still having to come to work every day, see this person that you've got these complex emotions for, then present songwriting that is basically you going, I've written this song about how much I fucking hate you, or how much I love my new fella, and going, right, lads, it's in the key of E, let's fucking go, let's get it down, shall we?
You need to sing about me necking off with this new geezer.
Yeah. It's like, this album, like any other fucking artist, would have had a massive tiff, possibly have, thrown hands in the studio. It would have never been released. It would have been an urban legend. Not with Fleetwood Mac.
I think it was their sheer hatred of each other that forced them all to work together to prove to the other that they wouldn't be beaten.
But also,
it's that tenacity.
It is that, but I kind of also feel like it's this overriding sense of, they'll always frame it as, it was really important from the music. But I think it's that thing of, you just can't stop artists from being artists. They have to create, they have to do something. And that group of people went, we can create something together, even though it is going to rip us apart. And then imagine being at that point of your lowest of lows, nothing's going right, everything's a mess, to paraphrase Avril Lavigne, and then go multi-platinum selling artist and get the hell on tour because you're now the most popular band in the world.
And then create a touring legacy by staring at the back of people's heads while singing a song and not being able to maintain eye contact.
I love that video of
Stevie Nicks staring at the back of Lindsay's head during The Chain, singing "If You Don't Love Me Now," and he cannot look at her.
Yeah, she's not looking at the audience. She is like turned 90
every
degrees.
Every show she does that.
Yeah, crazy.
It is insane, and I think that fire is what drove them to make this album so perfectly. Everything adds up. Nothing feels out of place. It is a hate album.
It's a hate album, and yet it's happy.
Yeah, makes no sense.
It shouldn't, like I said, it shouldn't exist. You make a hate album, you expect it to be dour and, minor key, fucking groveling and stewing away. And then you just, it starts with Secondhand News, which is very much like, it almost feels like a 70s protest album. It's like Creedence Clearwater Revival. That thing's upbeat as hell. And it maintains this for the majority of the album. And again, it's just this dissonance of what is going on, what it's about, and what you're hearing. And that is impressive.
It's an impressive album, like, no doubt about it. I did not realise how many songs were there from the start, from the get-go. I listened to it first without looking at the track listing. I was like, wait, have I got a compilation album on? Have I got a best-of album on?
Yeah.
Like, no, this is just the actual album. It just runs so perfectly.
It does.
It's just, it is an album and a half.
I feel like it is very much a classic for a reason. And what's mental to me is the first song that was recorded for this. I've completely taken over from you.
It's fine.
Checking. I'm really sorry. I just find this album so interesting. The last thing I've got is Dreams. It was the first song that they recorded. Their highest selling single, like easily one of the most played songs the band ever produced. It's like,
went viral for a man with his skateboard and cranberry juice.
I don't remember.
Did you not see that meme a couple
of
years ago?
I did not see that meme a couple of years ago.
I will show you after the recording.
Please do.
It went viral again for a bald man in America riding a longboard, drinking cranberry juice while just going down the road having a lovely time.
Sounds phenomenal.
It's beautiful. I will show you after this.
She wrote it in 10 minutes.
Wow.
Yep.
I mean, it's factually incorrect.
Is it?
Yeah, because thunder can happen without rain.
That's true. They've clearly never been to Florida.
Exactly. Never been to England either.
No. So it feels reductive to go into best songs because, like you say, it just plays like a best of thing, and it's just like, oh yeah, what was your favourite Fleetwood Mac song? Is it Go Your Own Way? Yeah, me too. Like, but we may as well. We're here. What was your favourite track on the album?
It's a tough one, and I do think it's going to be the one that it's a mix up. It's so hard.
Yeah, it's difficult, isn't it?
Go Your Own Way, great song.
Mm-hmm.
Don't stop thinking about tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
It will soon be here. It'll be here. Better than before.
Yesterday's gone. Bill Clinton.
And it's a toss up between The Chain and Dreams.
Yeah, it is though, isn't it? Like,
it's Dreams. I think Dreams has took it.
Okay, fair play.
It's the soft vocals. It's one of those. It's just a phenomenal song that I listened to a lot growing up, not realising that, as you did when I was a kid, it was Fleetwood Mac. I heard a garage remix of it first before hearing the original. That's the household I grew up in. Wham one side, garage the other. So, like, hearing weird garage covers of popular songs and listening to the original, I could put that on in the car and just get lost for hours. This whole album, I was just driving one day and had it on, and I was just like, oh, where am I? You just get lost. You've driven for an hour, you don't know where you are, and you're still listening, going, this is great.
Yeah.
I'm going to Cornwall in a few weeks. I'm going to lob this album on.
Yeah.
Sorted.
It's so easy.
Yeah.
And it's not like easy listening.
It's just easy. It's just nice. It's like, I don't classify easy listening as a real thing. Easy listening is noise, background noise. You could just have white noise on. It'd be the same thing. You could listen to an airport, whatever it is. Brown noise, black noise. There's so many, genuinely, the different types of noise.
I thought brown noise was the one that made you go poo.
That's the brown note.
Oh, apologies.
Brown noise is airports.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
okay.
One of our accountants used to listen to brown noise.
To be fair, I always need to go poo when I'm in the airport. So
There we go, sorted.
This was a tangent.
Maybe cut that out as well.
No.
No. But this, I wouldn't classify this as easy listening because too much effort has gone into it. It's fun listening. It's great listening. It is soul cleansing listening.
It is. It is.
And even though it's a lot of tracks have come from a place of hate, it's so nice.
It is. It's such a nice album, isn't it? I think, to me, the Chain will always edge it.
Yeah.
And
that's because of, not only because of the love of the song, it's because it features in one of your favourite films.
I don't like to be reductive and say it's coming within Guardian,
but a lot of it is like when we first saw that trailer together at the cinema, you were like, "Oh my god, is that the Chain?"
Yeah.
I was like, what? What's that? You're like, Fleetwood Mac, the Chain. What a song! That's gonna be in Guardians too. Oh my lord!
You're outing me here, man. I'm just a Marvel simp, as it turns out.
You were not as much anymore.
Maybe Doom will be good. Who fucking knows?
Who knows? We're not going into that. We're not a film podcast.
No.
But you were so excited to hear the Chain.
Yep.
And I didn't recognise what it was until later on in the song. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't recognize the intro, and now I know it, and it's such a great song, and the bass line is just stupendous. And even like the father-in-law, he got the Formula One song. Like, generations know it for different reasons, and that's what I
Everybody
love
knows
about it.
Everybody knows it.
And have you seen the video of Lindsey Buckingham playing it live on a sofa on his acoustic guitar?
No, I've not.
When he left the band, they had to hire 2 guitarists to play him because he plays the whole intro on his own.
Damn.
That ding 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 ding, all on one guitar.
Damn. That's
He
impressive.
plays it all on his own. One of the most skillful guitarists around, and he doesn't get enough praise for the work that he can do.
He doesn't. I feel like it's easy to kind of take the larger than life personalities that made up that band and other acts and kind of just like create a caricature and not realize that these people were incredibly talented.
Yeah, they still all are. All of them are still so incredibly talented in what they do, and it would be an absolute pleasure to be able to see Fleetwood Mac live.
Oh yeah.
But I don't think I can afford it.
Yeah, and they're done. They are done. After Christine McVie passed away,
Yeah.
they are done. And I get it, because that was the cornerstone of that band's voice. But like, the interesting thing about the chain being that, you know, every single person of the band has songwriting credits on that because they all put it together. The main crux of that, apparently, so Mick and John had already written the back end of that song already, the do-do-doom, do-do-do-do-doom bit. And Lindsay had contributed that solo at the end. And they were like, oh, it's a shame we've got this like really good end to a song and we don't have a song to put it on the end of. So that's when Stevie wrote the beginning. So if you don't, I mean, obviously those are her lyrics. If you don't love me now, you never love me again. All that stuff. And again, Lindsey Buckingham coming in with the save. That is a song that did not make a cut for their original duo album. The Listen to the Wind Blow, Watch the Sunrise. That is a reject from their work. And they were like, we think we've got this. We think this could work for that ending that Mick and John are working on. Again, it shouldn't exist.
But it does.
But it does.
And we're so thankful it is.
Because it's just so good. It's just so good. It's a basic bitch opinion that we like. Fucking dreams go your own way and the chain.
It's one of those like key moments in life will determine what happens, and it's one of those occasions where they made a decision. They could have changed their mind and gone, "Now we're off," and then we'd have lost one of the key pieces of media of our generation, if not our lifetime, if not the world.
Yeah, I mean,
this is a key piece of media, and if you haven't listened to it in its entirety, I urge you now, maybe not if you're in the same predicament of us recording this at 10:30 at night, stick your headphones on. If you like to read, grab a book. If you like to go on a walk, put your shoes on and just listen to this album and just take it all in and embrace it. It is beautiful.
Do you have any tracks that happen to go in the worst pile at all? No, same. I mean,
it's difficult. Like when every news agency, every report gives this a 5-star, how can you go against it?
I mean, let's be controversial for a second.
Ooh.
For a hot 10 minutes, I was going to say, oh, Daddy does not need to fucking be here. And then you learn about what the song's about. And I'm like, no, it needs to be here. It needs to be here. It being Christine McVie's kind of like plea back to Mick Fleetwood as this like central figure that everybody had their own battles and Christ knows what and disagreements, if that's not a word.
Grievances and disagreements.
That's it, thank you. Going on throughout the band and outside the band, and everybody came back to make that music happen. And that song is about we all come back to the guy who's, you know, the namesake of the band that is the project we are all working on. So it's by far not my favourite. I think it's the one where I'm like, if I am going to skip it, if I'm in a bad mood, I might do.
But that is the collaboration song. That is the song that brings everyone back together and shows them why they're doing it and shows their love of music.
This is it. And you just get that love, and you get the love and the respect for each other through that song. And like, yeah, it is, I think, the weakest song on the album. But you're talking about an album this strong. The weak bits ain't weak. So it is not meant to be, putting the album down or trying to pick flaws or just going, it would work if it didn't have this song, which I've done before. I am guilty of that. I don't want to go down that route here. I think every song is important. Every song has its place here.
And more importantly, every song is perfectly placed.
Yeah, it is.
There is no song in the wrong order. Every song has its rightful spot in this album. I'm a big fan of randomizing music I listen to. I can't for this.
No.
Because it would just be wrong to listen to this out of order.
I agree.
But at the same time, you don't need to listen to it in one take like we have done with stuff like The Streets. You can just pick up and listen to individual tracks. And you will be hard-pressed to find a song that you think, I don't want to listen to that.
They work in isolation, but they also work better as the collective.
Exactly.
Which is, it's rare. It's totally rare. We've had albums that we reviewed on this show where I'm like, that single's fantastic, and it does not need to be where it is, or this song does not work, and yet the album does not serve it to what it could be. I can't levy that complaint here.
Completely agree. There is absolutely nothing I could say, do, or muster to rank this album more highly. The only thing I would say is I wish Primark would stop selling t-shirts with this on, because it would be nice for people to listen to the album, then buy the t-shirt, rather than little kids walking around with t-shirts of a band that absolutely detested one another without knowing the full story. But saying that, Primark also sell toddlers Nirvana shirts.
They do.
But that's a different story.
Do you see what?
For a different day.
Did you see what Primark have started selling over the past couple of weeks?
No.
Sleep token merch.
Wow.
I'm like, okay, lads, this is a bit much of a wank of sleep token now. And I am like,
the biggest wank of sleep token I know.
Certainly of the current iteration. I'm very much a fan. And even I'm like, this is too much now.
Well, moving on from cheap Primark t-shirts that aren't overly cheap anymore.
No.
I don't think I need to ask, do I?
No, you don't.
Is this going straight to the very pinnacle of the unskippable pile?
No, that's the question, right? The question is that, like, it's undoubtedly unskippable. Come on. Is this, like, higher than Porcupine Tree? Is it higher than Panic? Is it higher than Kendrick?
There are two albums that I would say fight with this for the top spot.
So, Kendrick, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you guess what the other one is?
It ain't going to be Florence, because that was a one-time deal for you. And it's not AM. So it's got to be... Oh, God. Hang on. It's either Panic or Porcupine Tree.
It's The Streets. The Grand Don't Come for Free.
Okay, I forgot about The Streets. Fair enough. That is a very good album. That is very good. We don't have a ranking. You're either unskippable or in the skip. That's it. But just for our kind of little experiment here, I think it's a shared... To me, it's a shared top spot between, I think, this, Kendrick, and Porcupine Tree. I think those are the three that sit at the top for me.
Fair enough. I know the Porcupine Tree one surprised you, surpassed everything you were expecting. It isn't quite there for me, but I did grow up listening to that Streets album a lot, so I have a different viewpoint of it. So that's why it holds such a high place in my heart.
I mean, I get it. This one was just like the most biggest foregone conclusion.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I think I said to you before we started recording, this is probably going to be the shortest episode we ever record.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be a struggle to come up with negative notes.
Basically, yeah. There's what do you want from us? Like, argue the good thing is not good? Sorry, I'm not going to be here to do that. It's good. You know it's good. You've already heard it. We've already heard it. Everybody already heard it. It's just good.
Would you like to hear a fun fact about the albums so far?
Go on then.
So, we've had 64 albums submitted so far.
Okay.
We have covered 14 of them, which is just under 22%. Can you guess the split of skip to unskip, including
Rumours? Okay. We're not at a clean 50-50 now,
We're at a clean 50-50 split. This is not what I was expecting.
Nope.
I was expecting a lot more skippable albums than this, so please continue sending your album suggestions in, because we want to hear the biggest, the best, the lowest, the worst. Whatever you've got to throw at us, if you think it's unskippable, even if you think it's a terrible album, but you want to listen to the entire thing, send it over.
this is what I'm thinking about, because we've already picked our next couple of ones. One of the ones we're planning to record in the next couple of weeks is like, it has a lot of things going for it, but it might struggle on the start to finish. And I'm like, that is so interesting to then have that go up against something that would be like, I don't know, a terrible album, but like for the singles, but only works in context of a full listen or something like that. The sky is kind of open as to what could get unskippable, which is what we found out. Although I do feel like these past 2 weeks, it's literally just been gold after gold. So it's like,
which is strange.
I didn't expect
I wasn't
it.
expecting to have 2 heavy hitters in a row.
Nah. I mean, that was a very lucky turn of the wheel when we got those. But yeah, challenge us, please. Send your suggestions to us. skippod@gmail.com, skipdpod@gmail.com. You can also go to our link tree, which is link tree, whatever the thingy is, but it's /skippedpod, skipdpod.
And of course, send whatever you want in. We will listen to any genre you can think of. But realistically, could you please only stick to English tracks? Because listening to foreign tracks may hinder our enjoyment if we can't really understand the lyrics.
Somebody sent in a non-English album yet?
I did see a German album at some point, I think.
Seriously?
Yeah, I think so.
No way. I might be up for it. I listen to a lot more world music, though, because of Eurovision and being a weeb. And
True.
Yeah. And K-pop Demon Hunters is very much a thing.
Yeah,
it's track of the week, baby.
Which one?
Now, okay, we'll have 2. We're probably going to have 2 because I want to pick my favourite, because my favourite is not everybody else's favourite. I goddamn love Your Idol. I think it's so good. I think it's real great. Have we already had this on the pod?
No.
We not. Fantastic. K-pop Demon Hunters is real good. Your Idol is such a great track. I like how dark and imposing it is, whilst it's still using the sweetness and the innocence of K-pop as that kind of like dark influence. I think it's real neat. I think it really works in the movie. It's weird to see like trending artists on Spotify and Saja Boys and Huntrix are in that mix, and these aren't even real people. It's like the gorillas all over again.
Huntrix played Lollapalooza.
What? Really?
Yep.
No way.
They did it live.
Oh, that's dope. That's really cool.
The artists are getting recognition for their work.
Thank God.
And that is what I love. This film has been so heavily promoted and loved, and the actual artists that perform them are getting their dues now.
I've picked a hell of a year to go to Korea.
You really have. And I'm going to pick Soda Pop.
We've just picked the 2 Saja Boys songs.
So I'm a Saja Boy fan. Me and my other half talked about this, where we're both Saja Boy stans, and she keeps saying that I'd be the one with the fringe. Is it Mystery?
Yeah, Mystery. Oh, yeah, it is Mystery, isn't it? Look, Golden's about to win an Oscar. It doesn't need any more accolades. It's been in like UK #1 for like 3 or 4 weeks running. You don't need any more.
I wouldn't even say Golden is the best track from Huntrix.
No, I prefer how it's done.
And me.
Yeah, I think it's really good.
Dun, dun, dun. And if you have listened to any K-pop, you would be forgiven for mistaking that as a Blackpink song. Like, you'd be forgiven for thinking that Soda Pop is a BTS song, or an Hyphen, or any of the other idol bands that are out there. K-pop is fun. I've been listening to it for a few years now. I did try to tell Mike about this a few years back, and he just laughed at me saying, lol, that sounds funny. And now he's fully in the hype.
I wasn't ready. You're always ahead of the curve with me when it comes to this kind of stuff.
As I said, between this and the top 50 Mexico, they're my shtick at the minute.
The top 50 Mexico. That's very smart, because that is like a huge market. Like,
oh yeah,
hell yeah.
I cover every avenue.
I'm so not up on Latin artists at all.
Or me, but I like listening. Just stick the top 50 on. It's so fun to listen to. You get the odd English track, but overall, the actual theme of Latin American music, just such nice listening.
Okay, I could give that a shot. It's going to be a little bit different to the last time I listened to any Mexican music, which was when I was looking after a chihuahua for my brother-in-law. We put on mariachi music as a joke, and he didn't get it. I'm like, come on, it's a chihuahua. Anyway, yeah, biggest foregone conclusion of all time. Thanks for listening anyway. You're all great. Send them in. We love you. We'll see you next week. Bye, everybody.
Bye.